Continuing coverage today of secession talks in Oregon, it's been an ongoing conversation. Rural counties on the eastern side of the state want to join their Republican neighbors in Idaho. And today we are getting to hear from some of them on why exactly that is.
It's extremely frustrating. The rules and regulations that they're making that make sense in the city don't make sense out here.
Out here in eastern Oregon, the expansive rural region, and Sandy Gilson's home, where we're walking is a world away from the urban cities of the state.
Do you have anything in common with Portland?
Oh, sure, we're all people.
But she says that's about it. And the signs dotting the east tell you what many people here want, known as the Greater Idaho Movement. Redraw the state line. So liberal Portland and the other Democratic cities are Oregon. And eastern Oregon, overwhelmingly Republican, joins largely conservative Idaho. Nearly all of Oregon's 17 eastern county governments have approved plans to leave and form a larger Idaho resembling the logo on Sandy Gilson's hat.
Is this about politics or differences?
Both. We are very different people. I don't believe that the Oregon government as a whole and the supermajority that has been in power there for many decades is listening to Eastern Oregon at all.
It just overwhelmingly hit me. This makes sense.
So much so that Idaho State Representative Barbara Ehart, a Republican, co-sponsored a bill to begin dialogue with Oregon.
This is where all the big decisions are made for the Idaho legislature.
The bill passed the Idaho House and is now before the Senate. Idaho's government is officially on a path to redraw its state line for the first time since 1864.
Is it possible? I believe it is. It's when your government will no longer listen to you, what do? We don't want them to start an internal, war or battle. But at some point, that's what people are going to turn to if they can't be listened to. So they're turning to us.
The country is so torn apart right now by ideology.
Yes.
Is this your vision of peace?
It is one of the solutions, yes.
Are we going to carve Georgia out of Atlanta? Are we going to carve Austin out of Texas? Are we going to slice Michigan? It's a ridiculous road to start to go down.
State Representative Ilana Rubel knows all about being a political minority. She's a Democrat in Ruby Red, Idaho, and voted against the state bill.
Are you surprised that it has already gotten this far?
I'm saddened, but I'm not surprised. We are in a time, I think, of unprecedented partisanship and hostility. We heard Marjorie Taylor Greene calling for the breakup of America because it's so unbearable, apparently, for people of different political ideologies to be living together.
We don't think of ourselves as a secessionist movement. We see ourselves as a self-determination movement.
Are you hearing from other places around the country?
Yes, we are hearing from all over the country because this is not a problem that's unique to the state of Oregon.
Matt McCaw used to live in Portland, but moved east where he was born, frustrated by pandemic policies of the city. Laws should match the citizens, he says.
We can match people up to government they want, and everybody gets the government they want and the political tension goes down.
Should this happen in other places?
Yes, I believe we should, and I think that most Americans agree. We should try to get people government that they want.
Portland's changed. Salem's changed. Eugene has changed.
What do you say when the people of those cities say that they're changing with the times and that's the America of today?
They say it's more progressive to have government tell you what to do, but the people here haven't changed.
There are a lot of hurdles before this were to become reality. Yes, there's been progress in Idaho, but there's a similar measure in Oregon, but it hasn't quite gotten traction yet. But if these two states do agree to redraw the state lines, then Congress has to get involved, and Congress has to approve this entire measure. But how would this work if they do all of this? This is Oregon. On that side of the river, that is Idaho. Oregon, where I am standing, would become Idaho, just like 250 miles to my north, to the west and to the south, it would form one of the largest states in the entire country, a new Idaho. Organizers say it would be approximately the size of Montana.